Kris over here. Hey, can you describe the impact Paul Coffey has had on this team, not just the defenseman, but the whole team, especially with his Stanley Cup pedigree?
I think Paul's been great for our group, not only for the defense, making an impact with them, giving them a lot of confidence, a lot of advice, but also, during stressful times on his experiences. Obviously, anytime you've won Stanley Cups and been part of, one of the best teams ever through a period of time, there's a lot to be extracted from him, and I think he's been great for our group.
Left side, second row, Derek.
Hey, Kris. I know winning Game 4 was big for you guys, but the manner in which you won it, can that carry over to Game 5, or is that something that really doesn't matter?
I think momentum just lasts short periods of time, pretty much shift to shift, and maybe we got the momentum for the first shift, but I think that's about it. I think, that's about it. I think we finished our chances last game, to score at the rate that we did, actually go back to Game 3, the third period, and into the Game 4, we can't expect that. And just like I was saying after Game 3, we can't expect finishing at the rate that we were. It's going to go the other way, and it went completely the other way in Game 4. But we just got to put in a pretty good effort tomorrow.
In that same row, Josh.
Kris, you talked about before last game about having 10 more days together, confidently saying you expect to have 10 more days together. I mean, I'm sure that's talked behind the scenes a lot of times, but for a coach to go out and say that is different. It could be bulletin board material on the other side. Since you've come in, how much of has your job, you've got a talented group, has it just been to keep the confidence high and show these guys who they can be?
There's very little work for me to keep the confidence high with this team. They feel good. They know things. Like I said, their backs have been against the wall. They've been counted out. Others have said they're done. They're not that good. It's over. Whether that was in November or throughout the playoff series, whatever it is, and then they just play. So they've been told it's over and you're not that good, and it doesn't mean anything to them. So right now, you got a bunch of guys who've seen hard times and have persevered, come up through those struggles, and we're just having a lot of fun with it right now. So hopefully we can continue this on for another 8 days. That's the mindset.
Right side, fourth row, Daniel.
Kris, Stuart Skinner was just up here talking about that reset in Vancouver. He said at first it pissed him off, but then he realized how good that was for him and how it helped him. How do you think it helped him? And also, have you noticed him get better later in series throughout these playoffs, and what that's done for the team?
The second half of the series, he's, you look at every series, he's been much better. You look at the LA series, he went back-to-back games with, I think, give him one goal against and 60-some shots or whatever it was. It was pretty remarkable. And then, the Vancouver series, obviously that didn't start very well, and that's when he had that little break. The only series so far, really, the Dallas series, and it wasn't even that bad. First 3 games, there's probably one goal that he wants back, but overall, the first 3 games were pretty good. And then he was outstanding. Then he really took his game to another level. First 3 games, not that anything was bad, but wasn't the level that I've seen him play up until Game 4. And Game 4, he took it to another level. And wow, if we're getting the puck luck like we did, and pucks going in like we did in Game 4, and Stu's playing the way he is, then then we got to be really optimistic.
Right side, fifth row.
Kris, you guys had a lot of success in the last game on the rush. Can you kind of just talk about the importance of that and what you saw that enabled you guys to have that success?
Just making a good first pass, leading to, nothing's ever scripted. You can't just script, we're going to go D to D and then we're going to the wall, or we need to hit the middle, and nothing was scripted. We got a lot of scoring chances off the rush, but it's just about our guys relaxing and making plays when under confrontations. So, yeah, we'll need guys being able to make those plays going forward.
In that same row, Tim?
Kris, you talked about perseverance of this group a couple of minutes ago. I'm wondering, I know there wasn't probably an exact moment, but when you got there, how much did you realize that there was still a belief in the room even after the start that they'd had?
I don't know. I can say I was overwhelmed when I got there. I just left Hartford, just joined the team. You're trying to get to know the players, the coaching staff, and trying to give assignments and pre-scouts for your next team. There's a lot of things that just, was over my head. Like, I just can't absorb everything. What I did absorb was there was a lot of frustration. And anytime there's a coaching change and a team's not playing as well as they anticipated at that time of the year, there's frustration. And, our goal was just to, change some things with systems, minor things. But I think one of the biggest goals was just trying to eliminate that frustration, get the players feeling confident, and getting back to the playing the way they can. And I think that was the biggest. But I don't think there was ever a doubt that they weren't a good team and that they could be here today. I think that belief was always part of in that room. But I think it was important to try and eliminate that frustration.
Right side, third row, Ryan?
Just really quick first, Kris, what are the chances of Andrew Kane is able to play again in this series?
I think it's good.
The matchups. Seemed Adam Henrique saw Barkov quite a bit last game. How much of what went well for you do you think had to do with last change and being able to manufacture those matchups? And, how challenging is it without it now?
Well, I know, being here, Barkov will take probably 90% of the shifts against McDavid. And then after that, I don't think there's much after that. If we want to get away from something, and they'll let that go. But I think that's the one that they're really stuck on, which is fine. We're going to play. I don't think it's that necessary that we have our matchups. I think it was good for us. I think they played well against them. But, I thought McDavid in the first two games here, even though there was those matchups, I think on the chances for and against I don't think it was something that we need to try and stay away from. I know the goals for and against that made us say a different picture, but again, there's that element of luck and do the pucks go in or not, and but we'll just we need our four lines playing. That's the biggest thing.